Okay, so this is the universal hot crazy matrix. It's everything a young man needs to know about women. I've developed this on my own over 46 years of living on the earth.
So this is the universal hot, thinks he's hot, matrix. It's everything a young woman needs to know about men. I've developed this personally on my own over 25 years of living on the earth.
Hot is, as usual, measured from 0 to 10. We're all familiar with that. Crazy is measured from 4 to 10 because, of course, there's no such thing as a woman who's not at least a 4 crazy.
Hot is, as usual, measured from a 0 to a 10. We're all familiar with that. 10 being Johnny Depp in Chocolat, and 0 being Johnny Depp in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. His self-image, how gorgeous he thinks he is, the thinks he's hot value is measured from a 4 to a 10. Because of course, there's not a man who isn't at least a 4 when it comes to being a deluded douchebag.
As a rule, this is your no-go zone. We do not hang around and date and marry women who are not, at least in our mind, a 5. So this is your no-go zone. You don't go here. We just rule this out. Life is better this way. That's the way it is, all right?
This is your no-go zone. We do not hang around here, date, or marry men who are not at least a 5 in our mind. So this is your no-go zone. Like Macy's on Black Friday. You just rule these guys out. Life is better this way. You just don't go there, and that's the way it is.
This is your fun zone. You can hang out here and meet these girls and spend time with them. That's your fun zone, but keep in mind when you're in the fun zone, you want to move out of the fun zone to a more permanent location.
This is your fun zone. You can hang out here, you can appear in public with them, you can take them to Chipotle. That's your fun zone. But keep in mind that you want to move out of the fun zone to a more permanent location.
Above the crazy line, we have the danger zone. This is your redheads, your strippers, anyone named Tiffany.
Hairdressers.
This is hairdressers. This is where your car gets keyed, you get a bunny in the pot, your tires get slashed, and you wind up in jail.
Above the thinks he's hotline, we have the danger zone. This is your dudes at the gym who offer to spot you, construction workers, your guys who wear sunglasses in the club, and anyone who is over the limit on beard selfies.
Man buns.
Man buns. This is where your Facebook gets hacked, your birthday is forgotten, and you just wind up in jail.
This is your date zone. You can stay in the date zone indefinitely. These are women that you introduce to your friends and your family. They're good looking and they're reasonably not crazy most of the time.
This is your date zone. And you can stay in the date zone indefinitely. These are men that you can introduce to your friends and family. They're good looking, but they're not too wrapped up in how incredibly hot they are most of the time.
This is your wife zone. Okay? When you meet this girl, you should consider a long-term relationship.
This is your husband zone. When you meet this boy, you should seriously consider a long-term relationship.
Below a 5 crazy and above an 8 hot, this is your unicorn zone. These things don't exist. If you find a unicorn, please capture it safely, keep it alive. We'd like to study it and maybe look at how to replicate that, okay?
Now below a 5 thinks he's hot and above an 8 hot, that, my friends, is pizza. Because there's not a man that can compete with this.
That is the universal hot crazy matrix.
And that is the universal hot thinks he's hot matrix. Runway, we're out.